Hello and welcome to Caching Waves. This is an update on HBAR. Just wanted to show you on the daily the larger pattern I'm looking for to complete, and that is a ending diagonal to end the bear market. But currently looking for this correction to make a move up to between the 50 and the 618 of this previous wave here before continuing to the downside in our third wave. Final targets are between 3 and 3.72 cents, as you can see there, just in this box. I'm currently waiting for this move. I'll show you my trade setup at the end here. A couple things I was looking at is clearly we're looking for this area to be a fractal of this previous area in the one wave. So let's go look at this correction here and see if it's similar to this one, because we'd expect it to finish up in at least the same amount of time, so expecting this move to happen soon. But there is a little bit of concern. I'll show you that as well. So if we go to the previous area here, zoom in, just want to see where that correction came to. So as you can see, we had our first initial move up, and we came back to the 786 retracement before making our move to the upside. I want to see where we did this to. Just using this as a fractal. Oh, I want to see where we extended to get to the 50 and the 618. So you can see we came between the 1.382 and the 1.236 extension of this wave. So let's move to the current area we are at. Last video, I believe I took a long in this area, expecting the correction to be complete over here. I got stopped out there and I rebought lower at this area. I'll show you that on my other chart because there's a couple differences between charts I've seen. And I'm actually finding it easiest to track on BitGet. So I'll show you that in a moment. So in the previous fractal, we actually bottomed at the 0.786 of this previous move before coming up. So just using that as a potential fractal, and then we moved up to the 1.236 to 382. So if we came, it was literally on the tick. If we came down here, we would expect to finish up between 6 and 6.17 cents, really close to the perfect area we'd expect, and that's the 50 and the 618 of this move to the downside. So currently I am long, just to show you that trade setup. Oh, not short. I'm currently long somewhere in this area. As soon as I got stopped out below, I rebought, which was below the 618. Stop is at this low over here. Looking for that move to the upside in between. I'd probably front run it there. So about a 4-to-1 trade setup at the current moment. One thing I am looking for is to add another position once I see a nice impulsive move here. I haven't seen it yet. I'd like to add on the retrace and put my stop at the low. So just giving this as sort of an advance on what I'm going to do. I'll show you that on the micro level. So that's what we're looking for. This is on Binance. Let me just show you the BitGet chart. The big difference I noticed is we can actually channel this nicely. So if you go back to the Binance one, we got this huge spike and you're not able to channel it like at all. You can see we're just in no man's land. So that's one of the reasons I've actually been using BitGet to track this. Because it just appears to be respecting this trend channel so much better. And on Binance, we made a new high here. Over here, we didn't. And it looks like we potentially have 5 waves complete here on BitGet. And on Binance, go down to the 15-minute here. Get a better view. It's much more complicating, but it looks like it could be a expanded flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, and also potentially 5 waves completed. If we go 1, 2, 3, 4, and an ending diagonal for our 5th. So there is some, let me go back to big get. So let's see if we're getting any divergence. Yeah, we're getting a little bit of divergence here, as you can see, which gives us somewhat of an indication that a bottom's potentially in. I wouldn't use that as a reason to say that it's in 100%, but you can see we're getting lower lows and higher highs. So that does add to the argument that a bottom's potentially in. But not a big fan of this wave that came off the bottom, current bottom down at the 15-minute. I mean, it looks like a 3 wave. So what we could get here is just a move up, and then we come back down to the 786 here. So currently just gonna keep this trade where my stop is at this low. That was the entry I got currently just at these lows here. As soon as I got stopped out at this one, I bought, I think, in this area, this spike low here. So what I'm gonna do is, this trade is open, leaving that. But if I see a nice impulsive move, again, I need to see an impulsive move and a break of structure to do another entry. So if this starts to take off, I won't get my other entry. But if this is a 3 wave and we come back down to the 786, I'll show you what that looks like. Hang on. This is obviously an if scenario, but if we come back up here, this is actually a flat as a 4th wave, and we come down in a nice clean 5 down at that 786. I would look for a V-cut bottom, a nice little spike above the previous resistance, and then I'd look to add on support at that area of resistance, stop at this low. And what that would potentially do is just give me a much higher position size. Again, every trade I take, I risk 1 unit, and I have a 100 unit account size. So it would be something like this. You can see I got 4 to 1 on the previous one, but if we're looking for that 6-cent area, you get like 12 to 1 on that trade, right? So currently in my single long, getting about 4 to 1, but if I get a nice wave count like this, and again, break through resistance, create support, stop at that low, I'll add a second entry. All right, guys, that's your update for HBAR. I'm going to update a few things today. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see all my trade setups. And if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks for watching.